Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. Can American women save the Democratic Party? That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. It is clear the majority of Americans are not happy with President Obama's job performance, and that is having a deleterious effect on the entire Democratic Party. It is widely anticipated Republicans will win both houses of Congress in November, marooning Mr. Obama in the White House. In fact, the only thing that can save the Democratic Party at this point is women voters, who broke big for the president in 2012. 55% of women voted for Obama, 44% Romney. Men went 52% Romney, 45% Obama. Enter the First Lady, Michelle Obama. In a speech at the UN this week, she said this:
"We must look inside ourselves and ask, do we truly value women as equals, or do we see them as merely second-class citizens? We must look around at our societies and ask, are we clinging to laws and traditions that serve only to oppress and exclude, or are we working to become more equal, more free? These are the very questions we are asking ourselves every day here in the United States."
Now, those words imply that America is not fair to women, and that is a highly charged statement. So let's look at the facts. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, on average, women make 81% of what men make in the private marketplace. However, American women are better educated than men. About 58% have college degrees, as opposed to 43% for men. But what the stats cannot define is the emotional difference between men and women. Right now, there are approximately 5 million stay-at-home moms raising their kids full-time. But millions of other American women work part-time, devoting most of their efforts to looking out for their kids. That's a huge factor in the economic comparisons of men and women, enormous. But it is often underplayed. So the First Lady should well understand the invalid comparisons that are being made in the gender economic discussion. It is true that only 15% of women hold top executive positions in the Fortune 500 companies. And it is also true that an old boy network makes it tougher for the ladies to gain establishment power. That does not seem to be fair. But life is not fair. I, your humble correspondent, have been scorned by the establishment during my career. Most corporate workers have, especially if they think independently, if they're not lackeys. No government, hear me on this, no government will be able to impose so-called fairness. Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party will try to convince voters that the fix is in against American women. That theme will be front and center in the upcoming presidential campaign. But to me, that's not a major issue. I do not believe there is a war on women. I do not believe our capitalistic system is holding the ladies back. I believe some stupid men are, but that's something individual companies have to deal with. Finally, we've all seen what has happened in the past 6 years, that President Obama has tried to impose social justice in America. The progressive vision of enforced equality leads to gross injustice and economic stagnation. Many companies now fear women. They are afraid of lawsuits, controversy, negative branding. And believe me, that's a big reason some women are held back. Children being the other big reason. And that's a memo.